And a look behind the curtain here. Final preparations for the challenge ahead. Hoping to come out of the gates strong. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for this NBA presentation. I'm Kevin Harlan, along with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry, our terrific analysts, and David Aldridge is our sideline reporter. A look at Atlanta's opening lineup. The front court is Rizushea and Johnson. Trae Young is out there with Daniel. And it's Okongwu in at the 5, roaming the paint. And for the Hornets, the guard spots filled in by Ball and Miller. Bridges out there with Williams, and it's Green in at the 3. And what a matchup we have here in the front court break.
Yeah, each of these teams are anchored by their big men. I think it's going to be physical and highly intensified.
Now Young. Over Ball. Shot's good from Young. Young's got the first points up on the board for the Hawks.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve, and he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Here's Young, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. We're talking about Trae Young here, GA. What stands out most about him to you?
Well, Kevin, I'd say just how confident he is, right? He plays with that unique energy and swagger. I mean, you love him if he's on your team and can't stand him if he's playing against you.
And that one falls for Young. And one of those guys, Brent, who can take over a game, sometimes from beginning to end, is Trae Young.
It is remarkable, Kevin, especially at his size in today's game. It reminds me a lot of playing against Allen Iverson, a guy who could dominate the game as a small player, and that's what Trae is. But what he can do offensively, the instincts that he shows, the way he can get it going offensively, he is truly a remarkable talent in terms of a small guy dominating a big man's game.
Ball, no good. Johnson against Bridges. And the dunk by Rizushea.
Yeah, if you give Rizushea a chance at the rim, he's going to make you pay.
And about a minute gone here in the first quarter. Miller outside. Outside, Green. Green with a screen on Okongwu. 6 on the shot clock. Bridges inside. Covered by Johnson. And now here comes Okongwu leading the break. Rizushea wide open. Drills it from outside. Rizushea got 5.
Got to get out on that if you're the defense. This rookie Rizushea can really do damage from the perimeter.
Ball with the bucket.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, right now I don't see any let up. I think he's going to just keep putting his foot on that gas pedal tonight.
And there's Daniels. That's good on the assist by Rizushea.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Pass the ball. And there's another one for the Hornets.
So often, LaMelo is the setup man. There, he's on the finishing end.
Ball against Young. Here's Johnson. And then Johnson with the dunk.
Gotta love the effort there. An undersized 4, you can really make things happen with that leaping ability.
Hornets trail by 6. Now, let's go to David Aldridge, who had a chance to talk with head coach Charles Lee.
Now, I talked with him about the challenges of guarding someone like Trae Young. Coach said, as soon as he crosses half court, you got to be on him. I told our guys, no separation. Of course, this defense will have to be very aggressive if they hope to stop Trae. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David. Okongwu's shot is good. And so Miller will bring it up for the Hornets. And with this era of the Atlanta Hawks, Greg, they've gone as far as their defense has let them.
You look back at their conference finals run in 21, that was the last time they had a top 10 defense. So scoring's never been the issue with this core, but defense has been non-existent.
And so it's Charles Lee calling timeout. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. Pulls up from the corner. Atlanta with the rebound.
And I was sure that was money on that one, but everyone is afforded an easy miss or two.
Yeah, that happens. Important thing is for players, just don't beat yourself up and make a miss like that cost you another play.
And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Miller surveying the floor. Pass to Bridges from deep. No good. That's miss number 2. He's 1 for 3. Daniels from outside. Here's Okongwu. And Okongwu slams it in.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Well, if there were 4 or 5 boxes to check in terms of the game plan tonight, they might have checked 6. I mean, they're doing everything out there.
Miller outside. Down low. Here's Williams. And Williams slams it in.
And not just the score. Miller can dish it as well, showing great vision on that play.
The Hawks leading by 9. Young pass to Daniels. Knocks down the 3 ball. Daniels has got his second basket of the night.
When you find yourself up double digits in the first quarter, you know you're doing something right.
Well, dominant so far. That's the responsibility of the starters. Now let's see if everybody else who plays in this game makes the same kind of high-level contributions.
Scraping and clawing, doing everything he can to grow that lead.
Emphatic on the putback stuff.
Now, team's having a tough time containing him, attacking all the way there.
1:14 left to play in the first. Here's Ball. That's good, and it's his 4th basket of the game. He's a strong 4 for 6.
And he's really a smart offensive player. You have to respect Ball's strong sense for when to take that jumper.
Trains it from beyond the arc.
Yeah, they've built up this lead 3 points at a time.
Well, a lot of importance placed on outside shooting, and tonight you can see why after that kind of quarter exploding from the perimeter.
Bridges shot. Good.
Not only a jump shooter, but he's also dependable at knowing how to get it done inside.
Here's Rizachet. Great pass to set up the lay-in. Rizachet's got 7.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Yeah, he's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put this one away.
Ball from long range. And it's Rizachet with the rebound. The Hawks leading by 15. Pass to Johnson. Launches a 3. Another 3 for Atlanta.
And this kid, Ricochet, is a team-first kind of player, willing to give it up to the open man.
There's Ball with the three. A rebound by Johnson. Young taking his time here. Plays it up and banks it in. He's got 12.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
Yeah, feels like Christmas right now, just gift wrapping points.
And so it's the Atlanta Hawks closing out the quarter with a 20-point lead. From the field, they have been outstanding, amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. And we've got more on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And guys, we've seen the Hawks really take control here.
On the attack right from the tip, they've been relentless offensively.
Well, just taking it right at the opposition and the other team right now. No answers and no way to slow them down.
So with Johnson sitting on the bench, here's the 5 for Quinn Snyder right now. They've got Clint Capella. Terrence Mann is out there with George Niang. Then there's Karis LeVert. And it's Krejci in at the point.
And Ball continues to show he can drain threes. The defense must adjust or he is going to keep doing damage.
Here's Mann. Three-pointer, LeVert. And the rebound by Nurkic. You know, Greg, one thing you notice, we were just talking about this with the Hornets in recent years, a lot of changing lineups.
And you expect that with the team, with where they're at. They're looking for any advantage game to game and trying to build that identity as a franchise.
And yes, it's good.
And got to push LeVert out of that area because he's very comfortable looking to score from there.
Right side, Ball. And it's the Hornets, another three.
He's going to punish you if you leave him open. He's more than willing to take the open three when he's got it.
Mann with it. No scoring in this one. Niang, that's good.
And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from range.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
Here's Mann. Pass to Okogie. A three ball. Rebounded by the Hawks. They led the game at 1 point by 20. Another three for Atlanta.
That's the kind of passing you want there. Work the ball around, keep it moving, try to get an assist on every bucket.
Here's Mann. His shot is good, making it a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Krejci, that one's in, his first shot this game.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Here's Mann. LeVert defending. Fires the three. Krejci with the rebound. The Hawks leading by 20. Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now.
Using his length that time, Capella up top to slam it down.
The Hornets have gone 4 of 6 from the field here in the second. Here's Mann, diving in, makes a fantastic move and nails the shot. Mann's got 6 in the quarter.
And that's not nearly the kind of defense that's going to prevent a player of his ability from scoring.
Niang kicks to LeVert. Open jump shot off the mark.
Not a bad shot from the mid-range. The D's giving it to him, and he's usually got an eye in that kind of range.
Mann gets the bucket. We know the 90s were a different era, Greg. Either win the game or win the fight. Remember that? Do you miss that physicality?
Well, I would say, Kevin, it made for some great stories, but I don't think we're missing much without all the extracurriculars. And I think we have a beautiful game now.
And the Hornets with possession here. After Karis LeVert made the last three-pointer.
They're playing working to perfection there if that was their plan. And if it wasn't, maybe that should be their plan.
Now here's Levert. He's guarded closer. Down he goes. Nice one there from Niang.
This can make it so much easier for your teammate when you throw that lead pass that gets to him right on the money, whether that's on the run or in the shooting pocket.
And so it's Charles Lee calling timeout, looking for a breather, and maybe just one or two things to talk about.
Get loud and make some noise for your Charlotte answers.
So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Williams, he's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Miles Bridges comes in for Williams. Josh Green's checked in for Josh Okogie. And Miller's subbed in for Ball. Williams dishes to Bridges. Williams passes to Bridges. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. Bridges has got his third basket of the night right there. Young drives in. Yep, that one goes.
Defender's just too worried about Trey pulling up on the shot, so he took advantage and just flew by him.
Here's Mann. 10 points for him. Over in the corner, Green. Reza Shea with the double team. Green with a screen for Miller. And the three off target. The Hawks leading by 21. Daniels kicks to Okongwu. Buries it from three-point range. Okongwu's now got 9.
And remember when big men shooting threes were as rare as a Sasquatch, and now those big guys are everywhere.
Here's Mann. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. Mann's got 13 points in just this quarter. To the inside. And the dunk by Reza Shea.
That is all timing right there. Just led him perfectly.
Now, Mann, 13 points in the game. And there's the drive. Ejected by Young.
What a timely move from Trae Young getting there and blocking the shot.
You gotta love strong defense, especially when it comes in the form of harsh rejections. Wow.
And a block like that sends a message. One that says we're not giving up this lead.
Here's Bridges. 6 points for him. Pass to Williams.
Hawks foul. Onyeka Okongwu.
The Hornets shooting their first free throws of the night right here.
At the line for your Hornets, Mark Williams. Taking 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one drops. And both free throws good for Williams. 26 seconds left to play here in the half.
Go, check Trey.
And here's Young from the arc. It's good. Now he's shooting 6 for 7.
All about getting into a rhythm as a shooter. When Trae Young finds his, he's pretty fine at taking those shots.
Bridges outside. Williams a screen on Johnson. Bridges. Charlotte no good that time either. And so it's Atlanta finishing the quarter up by a whopping 24 points. The three-point shooting has come fast and furious to the tune of what has become a big-time blowout in progress. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Kevin. Trey, you've made it look easy so far. How have you been able to pick them apart?
I'm just taking what the defense is giving me. Open driving lanes. They're leaving some of our bigs open, pick and rolls, things like that. We just got to continue to do it and try to get this win.
Make them pick their poison, right? Thanks for your time, man. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
To center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shots. Drum roll. And measuring up the shot. Oh, let's hear it for the participant.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. It's been one outstanding game from Trae Young.
Well, through the first 2, he has been nothing short of a marksman from deep.
Yeah, you would hope the defense at least would start to consider creeping up on him just a little bit.
Here's Miller. Scoreless thus far. The guard spots filled in by Ball and Miller. Williams is out there with Miles Bridges. And it's Green in at the 3. So that's the lineup for Charlotte. Here's Daniels. Lets it go from deep. Buries the long-range jumper. Daniels has got the first basket of the second half here for the Hawks. And so it's Ball with it. He brings it up for the Hornets. Looking at the Hornets, Greg, they're still in pursuit of their first trip to the NBA Finals.
And, Kevin, I hope it happens soon because their fan base deserves it. They've stuck with this team through some difficult years. It's about time they get rewarded.
Now, Reza Shea, following Miles Bridges' three-point attempt. Took him no time at all on that one. Johnson's got his third basket of the night.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Coaching staff probably most proud of the effort of this team on both ends of the floor here tonight.
Young with no one around. Another 3 for Atlanta.
3 points.
And their balanced effort at both ends has hushed this crowd.
All night long, in control of the pace, and you don't want to let go of that rope right now.
And we've come to expect big things from LaMelo offensively. He loves to attack you on that end.
After Reza Shea. And the dunk by Reza Shea.
And everything is dropping for them. Terrific second half run.
Well, with the confidence growing, that's one thing, but they seem to be getting more intense, and that's helping the quality of their play here.
Charlotte's gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Nice pass in here by Charlotte. Bridges kicks to Green. Now here is Miller. Ball from long range. That's in, coming off an assist from Miller. Miller's got his third assist on the night. Here's Young. Good once again. That makes him 8 for 9 this game.
And Young, known as a remarkable scorer, he can fill it up in a variety of ways.
Miller outside. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Clock at 6. Here's Ball. Rebound by the Hawks. Johnson's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Daniels kicks to Young. Puts up a 3. He's too hot. Now he is 9 of 10.
And guys, he's been a one-man air raid coming at them time and time again.
Kind of like he's in his living room right now. He's found a comfort zone. Once he gets that, the defense knows they're in trouble.
Now here's Ball. 20 points for him.
You could see he wanted to get him back. Sadly, he couldn't capitalize from outside the arc.
Young pass to Okongwu, and he makes that one. And 11 points for Onyeka Okongwu.
At this point, I don't know what you can do to slow this team down.
Well, nothing that they're doing seems to be making an impact. And there are some nights where you just run out of options, whether it's by personnel or by tactic.
Now, here's Ball. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Ball's got 7 points for the quarter.
And I love Ball's awareness. When the mid-range J is available, he is more than happy to take it.
Good on the three-point shot. Daniels has got 2 now from beyond the arc in the third for Atlanta. Hornets have gone 3 of 8 so far in the third quarter, looking to lock in that rhythm. Miller with the ball, and it's Johnson picking him up.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
Ball against Young. Ball with the bucket. Ball's got 24 points.
Well, here's the problem. He's shooting the lights out, but they're still behind. They need another guy to step up.
One thing about LaMelo Ball, he can really take over at times, Greg, when he's healthy and playing well.
And a lot of that is just his feel for the game. He processes quickly and then has the talent to execute. It's pretty hard to stop him when he's in the flow.
Here's Green. Jalen Johnson picking up that last basket. Williams, a screen on Johnson. Another shot, and 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's going to go on Onyeka Okongwu. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Hawks?
Guys, the D hasn't had an answer for the three-point shooting, which is why they continue to just fire away from deep.
Well, looking at the stat sheet, I could just see here tonight sharing the basketball. The stat that comes up most is assists. So sometimes you have to look for your teammate. That makes things happen. They've done it.
And the first one at the line is good. And some changes here for the Hornets. Okogie's checked in for Josh Green. Smith comes in for Brandon Miller. And it's Trey Mann in for Ball. And Williams drops them both. We've got 1:18 left in the third. Lets it go with a 3. Another 3 for Atlanta.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Yeah, pretty infectious right here. Guys in good spirits and percentages from downtown on the rise in the second half.
Here's Buffkin. Plays it up off the glass. Buffkin's got his first bucket in this one.
And this is how you want to come out of the half. Prolific and efficient.
Well, the thing is they're controlling the pace right now, and if that was the mantra for them at halftime, they've carried it out.
Shrugs off the contact and dunks it. He'll go to the free throw line.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. And this is his first trip to the line tonight. Norkic checked in for Mark Williams.
One shot.
There's 39 seconds left in the third quarter. To the middle, here's Bridges, and it's slammed in by Bridges.
Aggressive, just an attacker. Bridges wants the rock, especially near the rim.
Over in the corner, Matthews hits the three-point bomb. Matthews has got himself on the board with 3 there. And here's Bridges. He'll bring it up for Charlotte. Smith on the wing, jacks up a 3. Buffkin with the rebound. Nance outside from downtown. No good on that one. He gets it up. That shot, no good. Trae Young, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for the Hawks. He's been a major threat from three-point range. Got 2 of them to fall in that quarter. Back to the action in just a minute. And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. And so it's Atlanta with it. On the court for Atlanta, we've got Terrence Mann. Mann's out there with LeVert. And Gay is in at the power forward position. To the paint. Stolen by LeVert. Fast break, the Hawks. He dents the rim with a two-handed slam. Wow.
Traditionally, that's how you want to finish the break, right at the rim.
Yeah, anything other than a layup in that situation, probably disappointing. Had numbers, took advantage.
Charlotte shooting pretty good tonight at 48%. Picked his pocket. Here's Gay. He's covered by Ball. There's the drive with the putback.
Pretty good use of the screen and roll as Larry Nance Jr. does a great job of slashing right after setting the screen.
So it's the Hornets now. And we've played through about a minute here in the fourth. Outside, Ball. A three-pointer, no good.
But he's not the guy that you want to give a wide-open look from three-point range. They're lucky that that one doesn't cost them.
From range, LeVert's one of those guys you have to respect his shot. He makes enough from beyond where you have to honor him.
So it's the Hornets now. After Karis LeVert made the last three-pointer. Williams passes to Nurkic. Just 5 to shoot. Pass to Okogie. Shot to stop the run. Lofkin with the rebound.
Shots like that drive coaches batty. I'll be shocked if he attempts that shot again.
And Nance slams it in.
It's just so easy the way Larry Nance Jr. just gets up off the floor.
So it's the Hornets now. They have yet to put up any points here in the fourth. Ball from long range. And the Hornets miss again.
And maybe, he thinks he can shoot himself out of the cold spell, but I don't think that's the case. Somebody want to tell him to ease up off the threes. He can be a forgotten man in their offense sometimes, but the D still has to keep an eye on him.
A three-pointer is right on target. Ball's got 12 points in just the second half.
And from beyond the arc, he puts a stop to that 12-0 run by Atlanta.
Moving it up. Mann gets the bucket.
Catching the lead pass at full speed, terrific anticipation, and the delivery on time, on target.
Gay, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two.
First team foul. Shooting for Atlanta, Mohamed Gee, taking 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that one misses. So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Mark Williams is checked in for Nurkic. Miles Bridges comes in for Williams. Green is checked in for Josh Okogie. And it's Brandon Miller in for Trey Mann. And he's good on the second. For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Ball kicks to Miller. Williams, a screen on Matthews. Rebounded by the Hawks. And here is Capella. And the dunk by Capella.
At this point, I don't know what you can do to slow this team down.
Well, nothing that they're doing seems to be making an impact. And there are some nights where you just run out of options, whether it's by personnel or by tactic.
Atlanta making a switch here. Krejci's checked in.
Vít Krejci.
Williams finds Green. Out to the wing. Here's Ball. That one doesn't go. Atlanta's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. Here's Gay. A three-pointer off the mark. Charlotte's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. And the Hornets miss again. Here's Atlanta. They're on a 15-5 run. Krejci hits it from three-point range.
He's just stretching him out. The defense has got to do a better job of staying attached to him.
I'm not sure what the defense collectively was thinking there. You got to know where he is at all times.
And there's never been a question about LaMelo's handles. There's a lot he can do with the ball in his hands.
Out left to the wing. Puts one up from 19. And Atlanta again with the bucket.
Textbook. Nice pass. Great catch. Even better finish.
Takes a three. And that's good. LaMelo Ball for 3. Ball's got 17 now just in the second half. Krejci passes to Barlow. And here's Matthews from the arc. And again, Atlanta with the triple.
3 points.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line, and I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for Atlanta.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Trae Young.
Serving up feeds all night long. He was the best teammate that they had on the floor.
And when it comes to moving the ball, LaMelo is unreal. Can make any pass in the book.
Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over.
Ladies and gentlemen,
They lead.
Hornets dance team.
And now, let's present our New Balance Player of the Game, Trae Young.
And guys, he's been about as close to perfection as you can be. The intensity he's played with has been amazing. Just no let up. And as fired up as he's been, he's never let his emotions get out of control.
Well, to come in here facing a hostile crowd and have a game like he's had, that's what separates the good players from the great players. .105 left here in the fourth quarter. Nailed from three-point land.
Well, and this has been their strategy throughout the fourth period. We'll see how it pans out.
It's one thing to have teams shoot a bunch of threes, but with this team being that hot defensively, you got to chase them away from anywhere near that line.
Man gets the bucket.
Saw the opportunity to put this away, and you could see the killer instinct take over.
Yeah, up until that point, a competitive game, but once they broke through that barrier, it was all them. Complete control.
Now, here's Bridges. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
He's about as smart a player as you'll find. LaMelo going to the up fake to earn the trip to the line.
LaMelo Ball. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. Ball hits them both. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Capella with a screen on Ball. Here's Krejci. Banked in off the glass.
But the truth is they've had control of this game.
Yeah, looks like a veteran team tonight. Getting out on the road, playing with assertiveness, confidence, fully in control for this win.
Pass the ball. That's in, coming off an assist from Miller. Ball's got 36. Here's Krejci. Inside. Here's Capella. Right through the D for the layup.
Yeah, he is sneaky at the rim, lays it in against heavy pressure.
And so it's the Hawks taking care of business in this one. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
And now let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline for our player of the game. David, take it away.
Thank you very much, guys. Trey, what does a win like this mean in terms of where this team is heading?
I think we're headed in the right direction. I'm super excited about the future here in Atlanta, the future in this team, and I mean, we're heading in the right direction.
Certainly looks like it, man. Thanks very much. Back to you.
David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up. For Brent Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And now, our player of the game, Trae Young.